Hey, what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Average Gamer Podcast. We are back. It's been a while, guys. My name's Jordan, or Classic Evolved, and yeah, welcome back to the Average Gamer Podcast. It's been, I think, over a month since we've done one of these things, and it's honestly been probably like a month since I've uploaded to this channel. Um, and yeah, we got a little bit to talk about today. Now, if you're watching and this is your first time, thanks for tuning in. If you've watched the previous ones, thanks for coming back. Um, but I do kind of upload these kind of more for myself to go back on in like the future and just kind of hear what I was thinking. Today's I think the 13th of August, 2019. I think it'd be a cool thing to be able to come back like 10 years down the line if YouTube's still a thing and hear what I was thinking during this time. So, you know, if you're watching, thank you. But future self, hello. But yeah, we got quite a little bit to talk about today. In terms of everything. So, I guess what have I been up to in the recent times? Why haven't I been really doing anything? Um, well, I've just been grinding. We've been working, filling up my bank account with some hard-earned money and doing some school, doing online classes right now for college. I could go to probably a community college, but found this local or not local, this online college that you work at your own pace, one class at a time, and it's actually like the perfect situation. Because there's some classes that I can get done honestly within a day if I wanted to. So it just helps a lot to be able to grind through that super easily, and I don't have to waste time going to class and stuff. Kind of work on my own time. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. Just been grinding work and doing school. Now I was working 5 days a week, but I'm switching to 4 days a week to focus more on school. Starting this week, I think. Yeah, this week's the first week. That'll be officially 4 days a week instead of five. So that's kind of nice. Have an extra day. Um, so yeah. But video game wise, I know we're the Average Gamer Podcast. We talk gaming. Gaming. We're in a rut right now. Obviously, it's August. This is around the time of year where Call of Duty's dead. I mean, the last two Battlefields have been absolutely trash, so it doesn't really help with that. Um, Earlier this year, I was grinding Rocket League a lot, and I know I talked about that in one of the past podcasts, but Rocket League for me has kind of died a little bit. I mean, it's still a really good game. It's probably one of the best competitive games out there in terms of skill gap, in terms of like watchability. Like anyone who plays sports will probably understand what's happening, even if they don't understand the mechanics. It's just 3-on-3 soccer pretty much at its basic form. But um, I don't know. The game for me right now is kind of at a standstill, and I don't know how to explain this really. Like, I'm not getting any better. I'm not like champ 3, grand champ level. And it's just like I could probably grind and do like the little things, but I don't really care for going pro in any video games at the moment, like that much. It's not like a thing for me. So since I've already kind of hit the peak of what I think I can be in Rocket League, obviously I could get better a little bit, but that little bit would probably be like close to pro type thing. So it's like I just kind of stopped playing the game because it's like a win loss, win loss, win loss. I can never go on a win streak like I used to be able to back in like the diamonds because I'm kind of when you're at the top. I mean, you can keep winning, I guess, but there's only so much winning you can do. I mean, you're gonna end up losing to because everyone's really good at champ 3, grand champ rank. So I've kind of been putting Rocket League on the side. I've been playing a little bit of Call of Duty Black Ops 4, but the game's absolutely broken. I know this week actually is COD Champs, and we're actually going to talk about that a little bit more. COD Champs and what Call of Duty's doing in this next year. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But one game I've been grinding, and I think I talked about this. Like I would never grind this game, but I've been grinding Fortnite, and I'm actually like 2 divisions off the top division in the ranked format, or maybe 3 divisions. I forget. I'm in like contender something. I don't know what I forget how the ranks work. I don't have a mesmerized because this is the memorized. Oh my goodness. Because this is the first time I've really done the Fortnite competitive thing. And I've been playing with my two bros, John and Tyler, and we've been grinding some Fortnite, and we're doing pretty good because right now there's no duos ranked. It's solos ranked and trios ranked, which I kind of find kind of dumb. I don't know why they wouldn't have duos, but I mean, what are you gonna do, really? I mean, can't complain all that much. Fortnite does what they want. I mean, they still have mechs in the game at the moment, and mechs are the worst thing they've ever done. So, what are you gonna do? But yeah, Fortnite's been a ton of fun. I decided to finally like sit down, go into creative, learn how to build. I can do 90s pretty decently at the moment. I'm still working on it. I could do them a lot faster. I kind of do a simple method of it. But at the end of the day, I mean, with Fortnite, you can build super fast, but it's kind of more of like a thinking game. I always thought like spam building was the way of Fortnite, and like a lot of kids just spam build, but like you don't have to build up to them. Like you don't have to do anything. And especially with trios as well, if the other team starts building up their towers, you all just focus the bottom of them and break them down, and they're forced to come down and fight at your level. I mean, them sitting up in the tower is going to do nothing. And the one thing I've noticed is a lot of kids in Fortnite are like very, very impatient. They will push into fights and like go to fight you when you have total advantage, and you end up just killing kids because it's just a bunch of kids running around who just want to get as many kills as possible, and it's just easy picking. So like we'll come out of a match normally like 15 kills, maybe more, maybe a little less depending on how the match went, and we'll always pretty much be top 8. And once you hit top 8 teams, I think it's like plus 60 points, so that pretty much evens out the amount it costs for like the bus fare, because it costs the bus fare to get into these competitive matches. So it's pretty cool. I think I'm sitting around like 3,000 and something points, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Fortnite's been a ton of fun recently, and it's been, I don't know, a grind. And I mean, I really expect to make money or anything out of it ever, but if it came up somehow, I think that'd be pretty cool. I just got to play a lot more solos and get more comfortable in 1v1s and whatnot. Because right now, like, I feel a lot more confident than I used to, but I'm still pretty, like, I'll get into a fight and I'll be like, oh god, like this kid starts building, and I'm like, oh no. But like, they can build, but can they shoot is the thing. So I just got to work on that. My aim's still a little I think I got to lower my sensitivity. But Call of Duty, man, this year for me was, it was a really bad year. I mean, this game is broken beyond belief. And I think one thing that people thought about this year that was good is the time to kill in this game makes the host so apparent, because in the old Call of Duty, you kill in like a second, 2 seconds, whatever. This Call of Duty, it takes like, I don't know. You say the old Call of Duties you killed in a second. This Call of Duty, it takes 2 seconds to kill someone. But the issue with that is, if the host is there, the host kills in 0.5 seconds. Or in a second instead of 2 seconds. The old Call of Duty was like maybe 0.5 seconds instead of a second. I know it's still like, it's kind of hard to explain, but like that 0.5 seconds, it was kind of like, oh, well, I mean, he's host, he should have that. But in this Call of Duty, like, you'll be shooting someone and they'll just turn and rip you to pieces with a SOG, and you're just like, what? And you were shooting first, or you'll come around a corner, you'll start shooting first with the Maddox, they'll have the ICR. You don't miss a bullet, they don't miss a bullet, they kill you first, just because they were host, because the time to kill makes the host so much more apparent. It's really actually annoying. And I think a lot of people were like, oh, time to kill, that's pretty good. Maybe it's good on LAN, I would say, but when it comes to the online scheme of everything, it just makes it so frustrating. And that's why I think, having dedicated servers or something of the likes would be very, very nice. But I mean, it's still host. You can tell it's still host. I don't even think they tried to really do quote unquote dedicated servers for like competitive or like GBs or anything like they did in IW. Like in Infinite Warfare, they did it. They had dedicated servers, and you could kind of tell the difference. But they just kind of, I think, went away with that, I guess. But yeah, this Call of Duty was pretty much scrapped. This week's COD champs. Now, the one thing you may say, well, if this COD scrap, why are you still talking about it? Well, this could be the last COD champs we see ever. Because next year we're going into franchising. We're gonna have city-based teams, and who knows how everything's gonna work. That's kind of the big thing, and it's kind of interesting. I was watching Hex's podcast, and he was talking with Formal, and he was saying how next year's gonna be, well, quote unquote crazy, you know. And I think a lot of teams are gonna be kind of split apart. Hold on, let me get something up here that I was trying to read. The confirmed franchising spots. So the confirmed ones right now, we have Atlanta, Dallas, New York, Paris, Toronto, Los Angeles, and Minnesota. And Minnesota, it's the Vikings. Los Angeles is actually Optic or Immortals Optic, so not really Optic. Toronto is Splice, Overactive Media, and then Paris is Contact Gaming. New York is the Mets alongside Sterling VC, and Dallas is Envy, and then Atlanta is Atlanta Esports. So there should be another. I think they want a total of around 12 teams. But the one interesting team is Call of Duty Minnesota. The owner of that kind of Twitter, or not the Twitter, but I forget his name. He's really good friends though with Hex. And if you guys didn't know, Optic Midnight, she was part of Optic Gaming, just joined with this Call of Duty Minnesota thing. So I'm kind of thinking this Call of Duty Minnesota team is gonna be or have a lot to do with Optic, but not being called Optic. So it's a little bit interesting. Now I'm trying to find. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. So the next Call of Duty, I mean, it's gonna be a roster mania. It's gonna be insane because orgs are no longer. I mean, it is franchising. We're talking city-based teams. So, every player pretty much is gonna play for a new team. Aside from maybe the Optic guys, if that transition is just to the Call of Duty Minnesota team, which I think might happen. But what does that mean? I mean, contracts are going to have to be made. We'll see how things actually work out with these city teams and whatnot. And maybe players aren't going to want to play, say, in Dallas compared to New York or whatever. But I think a lot of super teams are going to kind of be formed. Like, it'll be really interesting to see. But on top of that, there's going to be less teams in this league with franchising. So there's going to be a ton of players who are not going to be having starting spots. So I don't know if there's going to be more like bench players or what that's going to mean, or if they're just going to keep the whole like have 6 people and then have that 6th player ready to sub in when he needs to. So it's kind of interesting. Now it's kind of how soon after champs is this going to start all taking place, and no one really knows a whole lot in terms of this. Now I was trying to find a certain tweet and I can't find it. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it, but it's kind of just interesting. And I think a lot of it's going to have to do with where are players going to want to play, or are players even going to want to, are these pros going to even care? Are they just going to try to get on a team because of how hectic this roster mania is going to be? And I think that's a kind of a thing to take into account. But the issue is this is city based, obviously, like OWL, it's like the Overwatch League is. So the issue that I'm seeing possibly is they're going to have matches. I don't know how often. I don't know how often OWL does it, but they're going to have it in their city. Like one team's going to host. So they might have a weekend where maybe 3 teams come down and they kind of all play each other, whatever, right? In their city. how are they going to build enough audience in that city to fill up the stadium where they're playing or fill up the arena where they're playing? And that's kind of something I don't think many people are thinking about. MLG and how they've run it, they build a huge hype for these events. And I don't think people realize how many people at these events, how much of the crowd is there from the open event. Like when I went to the Las Vegas event this year, and there had to have been 300 more than that. I don't know. Kids playing in the open bracket. There were so many kids playing in the open bracket, right? And I can almost guarantee you they made way over 50% of the crowd at the event easily. Because when open bracket was done, everyone just kind of moved over towards the stage and where the main stage was, and that part of the where the hotel, I guess, because it was all in a hotel. I forget the hotel's name. Um, and most of the crowd was just these open event kids sitting and watching, and it was just like, does anyone actually come out to just watch Call of Duty? Like maybe local people, some, because it's kind of interesting. But a lot of these people watching are from the open events, and when there's no more open events, what's going to be the thing to fill up these stadiums? I guess local kids who know Call of Duty and watch Call of Duty, maybe in Dallas, New York, London, even. I don't know if it's as big out in Europe. I know there's obviously Europe teams and whatnot, but like, how many people are they gonna get to fill these stadiums to watch? I know like the OWL, if you watch it, their stadiums or I'll call it their arenas that they play in aren't like massive. There's a few hundred people in there. Can they get a few hundred people to fill in for Call of Duty? That's kind of the interesting thing. And I think some of these teams, some of these franchising spots are gonna have to find ways and make interesting things happen for their little event on the weekend or whatever, whenever their matches happen, to bring people in. I don't think it's going to be enough to just say, oh, hey, look, we're playing the New York or the Toronto Splice in, like New York's hosting the Toronto Splice and the London Shooter. It's like, come watch. I don't think that's going to be enough. Like, I just don't know. Well, I guess we'll see how everything goes. I mean, that's going to be an interesting thing. And also on top of that, like, we'll see where players and what players do. Um, obviously, I think all the big names are going to get on teams very easily, because a lot of the teams pick up players based on their social media followings, because at the end of the day, an org wants to pick up a player more because they're known than because of their talent. And I know that's kind of sad to say, but it's actually it's really really true. I mean, Call of Duty skill gap, it's really small at the top level. I mean, Karma even said it. Everyone can shoot straight. It's just who can think a little bit smarter at the end of the day, and what teams can come together and play like a team. And Optic did it for a while when they had the squad, with Formal, Karma, Scump, Crim, and they started to stop playing as a squad, and obviously they started to get absolutely destroyed, especially in World War II. So, I don't know. I guess it's interesting to think about this upcoming year, and we were saying this might be the last COD champs ever. Will they have a COD champs? Like, I'm not sure exactly how OWL works. I'm guessing they have like a big tournament, right? And then they have their season matches type thing. And like a city will host some matches, and then another city will host some matches, and they'll go throughout the couple months, and then they'll have like a big tournament. I don't know exactly how it works. Maybe I could do some more research into it, but I don't know. It's interesting to think about all the little details and how players are going to switch up, how teams are going to switch up, because these players' contracts are done this year. I mean, literally after COD champs, nothing matters because these teams don't own anything. I mean, I guess the guys on Splice, because Splice bought Toronto. Technically, like I think a few teams they can stick together. Um, let me go actually back to that. Let's look at the teams that could probably stick together. Uh, here it is. So the guy, yeah, Dallas is Envy. So the guys on Envy could possibly stick together, but like, yeah, there's Splice, Toronto. Optic is technically Los Angeles, but I don't think the Optic guys are gonna want to go with that. I highly doubt it, and I wonder if is 100 Thieves doing anything. I'm kind of questioning that as well. Obviously the Minnesota team is just Minnesota Call of Duty, right? But I think that might turn into Hector's Optic type thing situation. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and I think possibly the Optic team now might be going to Minnesota. So I don't know what the Los Angeles Optic thing's gonna be. Obviously, it's not gonna be called the Los Angeles Optic. Um, it won't be. It's the same with Toronto. It's not gonna be the Toronto Splice. There's no way they do that. Envy Dallas, Dallas Envy. I doubt that's gonna be a thing. But here's the thing: Envy and the owners of Envy, and they know they really haven't got that many results this year, right? And they have the leverage to pick up some good players, like, or do they just keep the same team? Same with Splice, same with Optics, Immortals Optic in Los Angeles, and it'll be it'll be interesting to say the least on how this all works out. Because this is something obviously brand new to everybody, but you know, I guess we'll see how it goes. Obviously, COD champs this weekend. That'll be really fun to watch. We'll see how all the teams perform. Obviously, I'm hoping Optic Gaming kind of pulls together and figures out something because they've been struggling. They've been struggling a lot. But yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about with Call of Duty. Sports wise, though, obviously we got to talk some sports. The NFL is starting up. Pretty excited for that. More because I don't really watch that much of the NFL, but I now have weekends off from work. I used to work weekends. That was one of the big things I was hyped for. And I think I have Mondays off. So I can watch Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, Saturday Night Football. Not that like I'm huge into football, but football brings fall, and I love the fall. I like winter kind of sucks because it's too cold, but the fall when I can throw on sweatpants and a sweatshirt, it's that's goat. That's the goat weather. Um, Especially grew up in New England, so it's a little bit different here where I am now, but uh, still, it's the fall. I don't know, the vibes are different. It's kind of cool. Um, right now it is hot where I live. Really hot. Like I was up at the field yesterday. It was probably close to 90, but we have this like turf field near my house. So I go to there to kind of work out, and it gets hot on the turf field. And I played soccer or football, and like I played on turf fields, and I know it gets hot, but like my feet were burning. And I haven't really been on a turf field in a while. Like you get used to it, but you can feel the burn in your foot because I only had cleats on. Like if you have normal shoes on, you might not feel it, but with cleats on, you'll feel it because cleats are pretty thin. And I was like, geez, this is not fun. This is not fun at all. I can't wait till it starts cooling off. Uh, but yeah, I love the fall football. Um, and then football starting up, or soccer, whatever you want to call it. I think the first game. I don't know when the first game of La Liga is. I know Premier League already started. Um, for Barcelona, I think their first official game's like actually pretty soon. I think it might even be this Friday. I don't know. I have to. When does Barcelona's first game? Look this up. Let's look this up. Yeah, they play Friday against Athletic Bilbao. Huh. Let's go. When actually is that? That should be at like 1 o'clock. Yeah, that's actually super, super sick. So that's the first game of the season officially, I think. Yeah, it should be. Match day one. Yep. All right, so Friday's the first game. Barcelona plays Athletic Bilbao. I don't know if that's the first game of La Liga in general, but I really only care to watch Barcelona. And Barcelona is going to be really, really fun to watch this year. Like, super fun to watch. Yeah, it starts at 1 my time. That is beautiful. I'm watching that. I think I already put a reminder on my phone, too. I'm going to keep this link up so I remember. But yeah, this year should be a lot of fun. Um, Messi, Griezmann, Suarez. We picked up what's his name, the midfielder. Oh my goodness, I'm pulling a blank. I should know, shouldn't I? I really should know this off the top of my head. Why am I blanking? Uh, Whatever. But you know, this year should be fun, especially with Griezmann. Personally, Griezmann is one of those guys, like, even in FIFA, like, I don't play FIFA that much. I only really do my career. But, like, back in the day when I played pro clubs a ton, Griezmann's really good. Like, I always thought he was the third best player in La Liga. Even though maybe his stats didn't say it every year, I always thought it went Messi, Ronaldo, Griezmann. I mean, he is really, really good. And I think it'll be interesting how they implement him into the lineup and whatnot. Because obviously, I think Barcelona still has Coutinho. I haven't been following this offseason as much as I probably could have or should have. I don't really follow sports as much as I could or should, really, uh, ever. But I love watching soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. Because it's just chill to sit back and watch, kind of just chill and watch without 50 million commercial breaks in a game. That's the one thing. That's the one thing I can't stand with basketball. I love watching basketball, but like, it's foul, 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 commercial, commercial. Oh my goodness. Don't get me started on that. But yeah, I'm super excited for the seasons to start for football and soccer. That should be a lot of fun. Then what else is there really to talk about? I guess my goal, I guess, this year is to just keep grinding school, keep working, and just have some fun playing games. And if those games lead to anything, then cool. You know, obviously I'm grinding Fortnite. If Fortnite actually turns into anything, that'll be cool, but I don't really expect anything from it. I'm trying to have fun with some games right now, and the only game I'm actually having fun with, weirdly enough, I never thought I'd say this, is Fortnite. Uh Out of everything that there is, Fortnite. Um Literally there's nothing else. I was grinding Dead by Daylight a lot. A lot. But I've kind of put it on the back burner because I've kind of hit that rank where everyone's a tryhard. I guess I get to that rank with every game, then I just stop playing it. But Fortnite's one of those games where being at that top rank is like what you want to be. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, Dead by Daylight was so fun, especially in the beginning. But now I'm at the rank where everyone knows every perk, everyone has every perk, and it's like, okay. Rocket League, I'm at the rank where everyone knows how to do everything, and everyone's just trying their hardest, and I'm like, okay. It was fun, like, ranking up, playing with my friends and stuff, but like, I can't even play with my friends at this rank because we'd get absolutely destroyed. So it kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. But Fortnite's that one game, and I guess obviously we're looking forward to Call of Duty. We still got like 2 months though, maybe more than that. I'm not sure the day it releases in the month, so we might have a little over 2 months till next Call of Duty. But at least the next Call of Duty looks really good. I gotta say that 64 man, and even I think it was, what did they play during the reveal? They played, what was it, 48 player, but they're gonna have a 64 man kind of conquest type thing, like Battlefield type thing. And I love Battlefield, but Battlefield, it takes, I think, too long to kind of run into players unless you kind of know what you're doing. Like, I can find people if I want to with Battlefield, but I think Call of Duty with 64 man conquest type thing, that's gonna be so fun. Like, I'm probably gonna play that more than I play TDM, and I think that's so cool that we're gonna be able to switch back and forth between that. It's going to be something a little bit different. I'm almost certain they're going to do a battle royale. I almost guarantee it. I'm pretty sure Raven Software is working on it because they obviously haven't said no to it. There's going to be Spec Ops. The campaign should be sick. But I think this year is going to be really, really good. Free DLC. Like, what? So I think this might be a really good year for Call of Duty. And I know we say that every year, but this year feels Feels really good. The game just looks good too. It looks different, and that's a good thing. I know some people were hating on it, but it's like I'm excited. I'm really excited for a Call of Duty where I'm not getting shoulder peaked, where I'm not getting spam ADS, where I'm not getting double stock sogged. I'll take it. I'll take anything. So, really looking forward to this year for Call of Duty. I think FIFA, this next FIFA 20, is gonna have like a my career, but you actually have like a public view, and you actually have to do like talks after your game or before your game or whatever. From what I saw on Twitter, so I think that could be really cool as well. I pretty much always get FIFA every year just for the my career to do my career. Um, I think my career is the best part of FIFA. I could care less about playing online unless I'm playing like seasons with my friends or something. I don't care for pro clubs at all. It just takes too much effort and time, and it's like I just want to play as Argentina or as Barcelona or as like Liverpool, Chelsea, whoever, Roma. I don't anyone. I don't want to have to like spend money on packs or play for hours and hours and hours to get the coins to maybe get one player in a bid. But you guys know the drill. So I think that's pretty much all we had to talk about today. Yeah, we pretty much went over everything. Grinding Fortnite, grinding school, grinding work. Can't wait for this next Call of Duty to release because gaming's pretty dead right now. There's not much to play. I mean, I guess everyone's finding their own little game right now to try to play, but like Apex Legends sucks. Blackout's pretty bad. Call of Duty right now is bad. Dead by Daylight's in a bad state. Rocket League, I'm just at that rank. Um, what else is there? I don't. What other big games? I'm trying to think. I guess World of Warcraft Classic is coming out this month, which I might try out. I never played World of Warcraft. I've never played World of Warcraft in general, so I think that could be pretty fun to play. Because I used to grind like Toontown, the old school MMORPGs, and I like the simplicity of just grinding quests and leveling up and getting to like top rank and doing like dungeons like you did in Toontown. So I think World of Warcraft could be fun. I'm just kind of looking at the Twitch top games right now. I guess Minecraft's taking up a new popularity. I've been playing a decent amount of Minecraft. League of Legends, heck no. Overwatch, I don't like. Rainbow Six Siege is fun, but I just don't play it. There's Skyrim, Destiny 2 for some reason's at the top. Like 10 games? What? I know Destiny 2 in September is going free to play. Yeah, there's Minecraft. PlayerUnknown's Battleground, that game is terrible. I don't get people who like Team Fights Tactics or the Dota version of it. I'll never get that, but to each their own, I guess. So yeah, I mean, really right now I'm just playing Fortnite and I'm having fun. So I can't really complain with that, but I know it's going to get old pretty quickly, but hopefully it lasts until the next Call of Duty, or I'll find another game. I always do. I find something even if I don't like it that much. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the podcast. And yeah, I think that's all we really had to talk about. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and yes, I will see you guys all in the next one, whenever that is. Who knows, because it takes me months between these to do them. Not much happens in a month, as you can tell from this podcast. But hopefully you all have a good one, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.